Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod here to talk about the challenge All Stars 5, episode 11, titled A Race for the Stars. Last week on the challenge, players tried to hold it together in a daily that saw Shane and Devon's tensions come to a head, and when daily winners Frank and Sam sent Adam and Steve into elimination, house pick Nani and Turbo were sent packing, and players were told they made it to TJ's final. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my playlist so you can catch up on my previous recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. My videos aren't meant to replace the original content, so if you missed the episode, I highly encourage you to seek it out and form your own opinion. You can binge tons of challenge and challenge all-stars using the link in my description to try Paramount Plus for free. But let's dive into it. The episode starts with a pretty lengthy season recap from TJ. I'm not going to recap the recap. Adam feels like Steve owes him for costing him the last all-stars final. It's his first final since the gauntlet where he won. Nicole and Melissa are still grab-assing all over the house. They claim to be just friends, but they're hanging out in the bottom bunk, covered by sheets that happens to also have a GoPro in it, filming them fully going at it to great detail. Devon is happy to make her first final after her 6-year break. Frank and Sam are proud that they worked on their relationship, but Sam wants Frank to drag her through the final. They talk motivations. Sam wants to use the money to pay for top surgery, Devon to use the money to support Cadence. Adam wants to be a stay-at-home dad and be there for his kids in honor of his own father. Melissa gets emotional about time away from Vienna and working hard for her. Shane and Devon have the most complicated relationship here. When asked if they'll be friends after, Devon tries to make the knife on her plate louder to drown out the sound of the question, and she changes the topic to food. Nicole says on the matter, forget about it. Shane calls Devon extremely rude. He leaves lunch. Devon pretty much confirms she's not down to play fake nice with Shane and act like they're going to be friends after. Shane tells us he's not going to help Devon win money if she's acting like this. Shane retreats to his room to do his face mask and signature space helmet. They show up to the challenge on trucks. The space helmet must have warmed up Shane's brain because now he wants to be a champion again. TJ explains that fourth place gets $5,000 if they finish. Third, $10,000, second place, $35,000, and first place overall gets $250,000 to share. They'll be competing for stars, racing through TJ's version of Mario Kart World, from the dunes to the oasis to the lagoon and the temple in the Star Cup. They'll be competing in checkpoints to receive stars along the way. At each checkpoint, the first place team will get 4 stars, last place 1 star, and if they can't finish, 0 stars. In the end, the team with the most stars will win the game. The first checkpoint is called Coding Ball. They need to race down a hill, memorize a symbol key, then throw a ball back and forth up the hill to solve the puzzle. If they drop the ball, they have to go back to the bottom of the hill. They'll go up and down until they complete it, and the order they complete it will determine their stars. They get started, bumbling down the hill, and each team concocts their own memorization methods. Frank and Sam face a giant sand dune that reminds me of their infamous last final together, but Frank is supportive and doesn't lose his cool. Melissa and Nicole finish first, earning 4 stars. I guess time in the bunk bed helped with morale, followed by Devon and Shane who earn 3, Adam and Steve with 2, and Frank and Sam don't complete it, getting 0 stars. Their second checkpoint is called #barrels. They need to walk on their barrels across the course, using their rope to support them, and solve the number puzzle on the barrels, adding the numbers up to the middle number, a challenge that was already an elimination this season, giving Adam and Steve an advantage. They get started, obviously Adam and Steve are crushing it. Sam is struggling through this, and I think Frank is rightfully frustrated, as any competitive person would want to not get 0 stars at all the checkpoints. Shane is good at the puzzle, Devon lets him take the lead, and they come in first, getting 4 stars, followed by Adam and Steve, Melissa and Nicole, and Frank and Sam, who do finish, getting 1 star. Frank is really frustrated, breaking down. At this point, they're 6 stars behind first place, and it's looking bleak. The third checkpoint is called Towered Out. They need to work together using a bungee sling to stack a tower of baskets. Each team also has 1 ball they can use to try to knock down a team stack, but the team they target can block it. They get started in something Sam and Frank have a chance to do well in. Nicole and Melissa are a mess. You would think there was an actual language barrier between these two sometimes. Devon and Shane are in the lead, but Adam takes a shot at Frank and Sam, who are in last, with his ball for what seems to be a personal vendetta, but he misses. Frank sabotages Shane and Devon effectively, setting them back greatly. Shane tries to get revenge, but Frank blocks it. This all clears the way for Adam and Steve to clock in first, followed by Frank and Sam, Shane and Devon, and Melissa and Nicole, who continue arguing after the challenge. Their next checkpoint is Camping Chaos. They have to recreate a camping scene by memorizing it and transporting it 1 item at a time. The challenge is setting a table. As TJ sits idly by and plays a guitar, whisper singing to himself, TJ's little song wasn't quite so bad. They start buzzing in. They have to get every detail and orientation correct. Melissa and Nicole are, you guessed it, fighting again. Shane and Devon finish first, followed by Frank and Sam, Melissa and Nicole, and Adam and Steve, which ends part 1 of the final, leaving us with Devon and Shane in first place with 13 stars, Adam and Steve with 10, Nicole and Melissa with 9, and Frank and Sam catching up with 7 but still 6 stars behind first place. It's starting to feel like Devon and Shane have a chance to win. I'd like to see what happens there. Do we think the show is going to give them a chance to steal the money from their teammate? Would Shane do it? Would Devon do it? I think they'd share, but maybe I'm naive. Let me know in the comments. comments. Who do you want to win? Who do you think will win? If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be back next Wednesday with the season finale of the Challenge All Stars. Until then, you know where to find me. Bye.